my consultancy, I push it in. I want to see other people, it gives me fulfillment, because since I came back 7 months ago, everywhere you go to, issue of teenage pregnancy, and we are not really tackling it from the roots. We keep on talking about family planning, sex education, excuse me to say, I feel even people who talk about it do not have any knowledge about it. They don't have the requisite knowledge.
Then for you, what is the way to go? Because it has to be dealt with one way or the other.
Yes, so people should also fish out for those of us who are in the field. What makes me stand out is I've been an early mother before. So Then psychologically, I know how to relate with these girls, and I know the language to speak to them. But we live in a system where even if you are not connected to somebody, even if they know you can do it, they won't give you the opportunity because you don't belong to party A or party B.
Exactly. So the point here is that for people who are thinking, I don't have money, but I want to do something, how do they go about it?
They should just call and come. Today, for instance, we went to Adan. We started the same project in Adan. And amazingly, I thought I was going to get only women. I got men also coming on board. And it gives me so much joy. I was very emotional this morning when I got there. But after the first train, I was like, God, this thing is really making an impact. People are willing to make something out of their lives. They only want the opportunity and the platform. You understand? So they should call. Provided we started, we'll sail through.
Right. And then it comes to knowing yourself as well, and knowing what you are good at.
Yes, and as I said, we don't just get up to give you the training. We listen to your story, understand what you are going through, because somebody like Doris, psychologically you could feel and see that she's gone through, a lot, because
something that she wasn't ready for.
And the kind of family support wasn't there. Apart from the guy's mom, she also did so well. She brought it to the office herself, and we talk, and once in a while I ask her how she's doing and stuff. So she has the support of the guy's mom, although they can't give her everything, but it helps her to some extent, because the babies are 2, and these are not small babies, so big girls. And they eat. So once I look at it, I go like, how are you breastfeeding these girls and taking care of them? So once in a while when people are coming from the States, we have an ambassador who is there. I tell her, look, bring some clothes. When you come, we pay. And we give it to her. In August, the girls are going to be 1. So I said, look, you need to start something so you can support, so you can send these girls to school. Where you did not get to, make sure your kids get there. And in the process of getting them there, we will also make sure that you are also up there. So now she has 2 agendas in her memory. She's supposed to make sure that she learns this trade very well, and then we told her we'll set her up so she can be selling. So I tracked her some few weeks ago. Out of 12, she sold 2. And then when she came, I said, oh, bring them. I don't want her to feel bad. It's a good attempt, and it was that same money I gave to her to take home. And she was surprised looking at me. Why would I give her the same money? What am I going to live on? But she doesn't know what some of us are doing. I'm just trying to teach her that, look, in life you have to make an effort. Rome was not built in a day. Yes, today you sold 2. Tomorrow try again and you will get there.
Doris, tell me about that experience. How was it when you were asked to go and you're laughing. How was it when you were asked to go and sell the slippers you had made and make some money? Yes, I'm listening to you.
Okay.
Oh, what's me a country?
It is tough.
Eh?
Okay.
We are then out to me tongue, Pabano.
For one day, me did coffee, me queen. Because I madame for phone, mammy name. Then Bobo is here, Miss Yanni, Mim Toby, Mim Shannon see you. Is Swanty next time. I'm in here.
Size are brown.
Size are brown.
So you're able to take this to your friends, you're able to market it, and you sold to them. Unfortunately, some of them didn't get their size. So what are you doing about that? Are you working on getting more so that you can get them their sizes? What are you doing about it? Okay. Right. Doris is very shy, but the point of all of this is to make sure that we give every woman a voice. Women like Doris, women who do not have much to rely on, but will be able to speak up and tell the world what they have been through. My guest with me in the studio, as we've been looking at the Teenage Mother and Entrepreneurship, Doris Edu. She's a young mother of 3 and she's trying to put her life back in order. And also Rhoda Doku, the founder for Remodeling Early Mothers Initiative. We'll take a break. When we return, the conversation will continue and you can begin sending in your comments and your questions. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's about exposing the vulnerabilities women face.
But you are in a peculiar situation. You are pregnant.
Yes. I've told that point already. My family is a small family. And my father too is old man. He cannot work again. That's why I'm pregnant and I come here.
It's about being ready to speak out for our own rights.
We are saying that surrogacy unregulated is dangerous for our society. The authorities should get up and put regulations in place. Otherwise, we are putting our young women at risk.
We are always striving to reach the top no matter what.
I was chosen not because I was a woman. I was chosen because when I went for the interview, I seemed to have everything that the Ghana Chamber of Mines wanted.
We are frank about who we are.
I deal with mostly women. Even though I deal with men, most of my clients are women. And you know, we women,
I don't know really.
And in today's world, we do have a say.
Actually, they are dead drunk. We do have a voice. With that voice, we can change the world. With that voice, we can take command of our broken communities.
Women's Voice, weekdays on GBC24 at 4 p.m. and on Mondays, Tuesdays and Thursdays on GTV at 4 p.m. Women's Voice, articulating the issues affecting women and sharing their unique stories with the rest of the world.
You're welcome back. This is Women's Voice. Today it's all about the Teenage Mother and Entrepreneurship. My guest with me in the studio, founder of Remodeling Early Mothers Initiative, Rhoda Doku. And also with us here, a young mother who is trying to make it, trying to put her life back together, Doris Edu. Doris, tell me, what were some of the challenges that you went through when you became pregnant? And especially the second time.
But now my family be brave. Now my cousin needing the Subian.
I didn't now feel say who need that. So why were you losing hope?
A room be no now be my niska. I'm a swimming Thanks me all when I'm soon. You grant me saying coming me true. At me, Lord, make a sigh. At times me all no feminine meeting come. Saying I'm your young baby. So, mamma, rich sugar crying. Open me bra, I do my there. And the baby has started okay.
Okay, so because life was difficult and you had financial problems and your partner was working and yet he wasn't earning as much to cover and take care of the family and yourself, and because it was difficult for you, you felt like losing hope but at least you had some support from your mother-in-law who has been speaking to you and encouraging you. That's good. So since you started trying to put your life in order, trying to learn this trade, how has it been? What improvements have you seen in your life, and how have you felt?
Okay, see, I'm feeling happy. Yeah, because I'm a mom say meet me baby or mommy. I hope say baby so home faster. Global, mom and papa.
So now you have something to look forward to. Now you feel empowered because you are able to do this, and you are hoping that other teen mothers will also pick themselves up and not lose hope. Rhoda, for those who are meeting you for the first time, because this is not the first time you've been on the platform, how do you get through the challenging times? What should keep you going? What are we saying to teen mothers today?
I want them to know that committing suicide is not the way out. Yes, you go through the challenges, but get to know that the child has right to live. The child did not ask you to bring him or her on earth. It's just unfortunate that our extended family system does not really support some of these things. I say that we still need enough education for people who go through such situations. I just want them to know that the situation has already happened, so you have to focus on how to come out of it. Sometimes most of them find themselves in a situation whereby wherever they go, people turn their backs on them. But maybe that's why Remodeling Early Mothers Initiative is in the system. If you need somebody to talk to people who have been through a similar situation, they can talk you out from whatever situation. Even if the person does not give you money from the beginning, that some of them, you could see that they have a particular mindset. They're not willing to do anything for themselves.
Right.
But through counseling and empowerment, you realize that it's because they don't even know their purpose. But as you talk to them and guide them as if they are young children, they begin to come out of their shell, because the psychological trauma puts them in a situation where they have this low self-esteem. Yeah, so such people shouldn't give up. There's hope. It won't be easy. Rome was not built in a day. I've been saying this. We know what it feels like because we've been there before. Most of the teenage mothers out there are from the church. Majority are from the church. And because of the way they feel the church will treat them, some want to pretend, so they'll cause abortion. Those who can't cause abortion will run away from the church.
Like Doris said, she tried. She had several
to cause abortion. Now she is trying to commit suicide. And you ask yourself, does she not belong to a church? But this situation goes beyond the church.
Right. We have messages coming in. Let me begin to read them because there are quite a lot. Nanaya says, for somebody like me, life has not been easy. I don't have a child yet. But for you to be alone, or when your parents don't have, and you have to do everything yourself, and sometimes you have to sleep with a guy just because of food. Life. Nanaya, what would you say to Nanaya? She doesn't have a child, but
so this should tell you that Nanaya is going through some challenges. Although she's not saying it, that this is an indirect message she's sending out there. We train young women as well. She can capitalize on the opportunity, come to the office, we'll add her to the team, we'll talk to her, know what she wants to do. And as I'm saying, some of these vocational skills training, it's not the end of it, it's like a stepping stone. Add it to what you already know, because people who are very smart can use a week or maximum of 2 weeks to learn almost everything.
Right. She raised a very critical point. Sometimes you have to sleep with a man to get
I
money.
told you that girls are not like guys. From age 7 going, we are vulnerable.
But that is not the way to go.
That's not the way to go. So parents have a role to play. So this tells that our family system is not working the way it's supposed to work. The society is also not working the way we are supposed to work. I was told that in the olden days, okay, although I might be, I'm not too old, but I remember when I was very young, if I should do something, because of my late dad, he was very popular, somebody would see me and correct me out there. But today, everything is Western. We are shying away from our tradition. We go like mind your own business. So if even somebody wants to help your child, the way we relate with ourselves,
support.
Nobody wants to do it.
Right. Those of you who are calling should stop calling, because we cannot take calls. We can only take the messages. Tell Rhoda to keep going on and helping these teenage mothers for Ghana. God will never let her down. Clement from Tema saying that to you. This one says, please help her to, it has no name, but it says, please help her to get back on her feet because she's so beautiful. That is
Doris.
Doris, you're being encouraged.
Okay.
Zevo Emmanuel Achu from Nkwanta says, from the Volta region, those of you who are calling, you're making it difficult to get through the messages. Says parents must make sure that they provide the needs for their children so as to prevent them from getting pregnant before their time. If the unexpected happens, parents should try to support their children. So there again, we have the issue of support coming up. This one says, my guy said, and you didn't add your name. My guy says I should work. He'll take care of everything. What do I do? I should not work. He'll take care of everything. What do I do?
I don't know who this person is, but I don't know if you're a young woman, or when I say young, maybe 20 years or you're in your 30s. Please, young women out there, never rely on a man 100%, because if he's not there today, what are you going to do? Let's have a vocation. Maximize your potential. Look, it's insecurity that brings some of these situations. Okay, maybe you've exhibited some form of weakness, and he feels that if you go out there to work, somebody might snatch you, or that kind of, you don't have that self-confidence. But hey, your destiny is in your hands. Trust me, get pregnant today when both of you are not ready, and that's when you start hearing it's your fault and
Exactly.
It's this and it's that. So please find something to do.
Right.
Find something to do.
Lovelace from Accra says, God bless Auntie Rhoda so much for the initiative she has set up, and also thumbs up to the host of Women's Voice, Stay Blessed GTV. Thank you so much. Lovelace says that to you as well.
You.
Those of you who are calling, we unfortunately cannot take calls. We can only take messages. If you would like to contribute, just send your comment via text or WhatsApp. We'll read it. Hello, I love this show. God bless you, Madam Rhoda, for this great work. Keep it up.
Thank you.
And please, can I get Madam Rhoda's number? Okay, we'll handle that later. I am in a village called Chichire, where we have a lot of teenage mothers, and they are really suffering. That's from Kweku. So it's not just an issue of being a teenage mother, but also being a teenage mother and being underprivileged.
Yes.
That is where the issue is. Right, this one says, God bless Rhoda and increase her in all her ways. She is a blessing to all ladies.
Thank you.
All right, Rhoda, that's for you. And this one directly goes to Doris. Says Doris should never give up her faith in the Lord, because he is the only one who can deliver us in times of troubles. Beatrice from Tema is telling you not to give up and to keep your faith up. This one also says, Doris, don't give up. Okay, that one didn't come with a name. This one is saying, and those of you who are calling, if you could just desist from calling this line, it will be easier for us to get the messages through. There are more messages coming in, but you're calling, you're making it difficult for us to. God bless Rhoda and increase her in all her ways. I want to this one says, I would thank Doris for her, Rhoda for her initiative, trying to nourish her life all the time. As she goes out with her keeps on with her entrepreneurship, it's good that you know how to manage being busy and bringing up your children. These children need to be taught your culture, morals, and values as well. So it goes to both of you and Rhoda about knowing how to manage your time and knowing how to proceed. The messages have still been coming in. We'll take the very, very final one and we would go. So difficult. Right, and this final one is still very difficult to get through because the calls keep coming in. If we can just desist from calling, it will be easy to read the messages. Right, let me take a very final message. Okay, I'm Messi. I want to also learn how to make beats. Okay, so Messi, you can get in touch later with Rhoda.
Yeah.
And lots of messages coming in today.
Wow.
Thanks so much for your contribution. Rhoda, finally, before you go, advice to teen mothers.
Well, I just want to tell every teen mother out there not to give up. God will always bring a helper if you seek him. So you can't do without God. So don't stay at home. Get yourself acquainted to the Bible believing church. But you see, don't rely so much on the church. It's about you. You have your life. So make an attempt to make something out of it. Talk to people, as I said, who have gone through similar situations. Identify people you can look up to as role models and try to make something out of your life. Don't despise your humble beginnings. So again, I had this notion about the SHS graduates and the BC graduates, and all I keep on saying is every year you realize that the issue of teenage pregnancy keeps on going up, but nobody has really asked why it goes up. But we keep on having press releases, you've seen Daily Graphic, there's increments of teenage pregnancy in the Volta region, it's in the northern region. So it tells you that we have a lot of work to do. So I'm calling on organizations to come on board. Maybe you have the people, call us to come and train them and provide the logistics. We are not charging you for them. Yeah, so that's it.
Doris, before you go, what will be your final words? What would you like to say to people, women who have found themselves in situations like yours? Then our person will catch it.
Wow, situation be much seminar. May I be so convenient drew and ask him. And the back when I'm wish I waffle.
Okay, so her message to you out there is not to give up hope, and that one day you will get some relief and you will get a form of encouragement. It has been a pleasure having you, Rhoda, on the show. Rhoda Doku is founder for Remodeling Early Mothers Initiative, and she's been helping young women like Doris to put their lives back together. Doris Edu is a young mother who was here to share her experience. Before we go, this quote is coming to you from Stephen Saad. Now, Stephen Saad is a South African businessman and founder of Aspen Pharmacare, the largest pharmaceutical maker in Africa. And the quote says, in life, you don't get anywhere or do anything you hope to without some sort of sacrifice. That's all from me for Women's Voice today. The program will be back same time tomorrow. My name is Selikem Akolaje Apalu.